without further ado, everyone, I'm bringing on the legend, the man, Mr. Lazer. There he is.
No slap shots, everybody. Hope you're enjoying the game.
Are you enjoying the game so far, Jamie?
I got to be completely honest with you. It's been a bit of a frustrating game for me. It looked like men against the boys there at the beginning. I couldn't believe this beginning of the game. But again, I should not be surprised. I'm a Canucks fan.
This is true. Yeah, it goes with the territory. A lot of people have been talking about that so far tonight, where it's just like, I don't ever know what to expect. We lose to bad teams, we win against good teams. Like, it doesn't make any sense, right?
Well, the way they played against Buffalo, I don't know. And then when they were playing against the Kings, both those games, unbelievable. You cannot play against a team and play at their level. You have to play better than them. When they played against Edmonton, they played so nicely. Their energy level was good. Everything they did was good. And then when they played against these other teams after that, unbelievable. I just can't believe how they can play like that.
So I wanted to ask you like a general hockey question too, because obviously there's been a big controversy this year. We got Miller and we got Petey, who apparently do not like each other very much. So I was wondering, because you play hockey and you still play to this day, have you ever played on a team with somebody that you didn't really like?
Absolutely.
And how did you handle it?
There's always going to be personalities in the room. You're going to have the guys that get along with everybody, and then you're going to have the guys that are jerks. There's always somebody that's got something to say on the bench. It's mostly on the bench because when they come into the room, they shut up, as they just don't have as much to say. But when they're out on the ice and in the bench, then they got things to say against other players. Myself, I'm always positive with guys. That's just the way I am. I play positive when I'm on the ice, talking with the guys on the ice and on the bench. So yeah, no, I've never had any problems with people. No one's come to me personally and ever said anything, but I see it a lot. I mean, I still play and I still hear it sometimes, even with the guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny too, because I've played on a few teams over the years where like it just gets to a point where it's like, okay, guys, like we're not having fun with these half of the team, and then a lot of the time, sometimes you just split up, you end up making two different teams. And one of the most fun games I ever played in was when the team that we split off from, we actually played each other, and it was like a crazy violent game. It was lots of fun.
Oh, that's happened many times when I play in different divisions and stuff with the guys that I used to play with before, and then guys that knew me from playing on different teams. And then when I play with them, they're like, man, I'm happy I got you on my team. That kind of thing, just like because they know you differently, right?
I just had someone comment here, Big Hog Hockey, petition to have Lazer take over the stream from Russell. What
That's
is that?
never going to happen. I got a full-time gig at the hockey shop. And if you want to come into the hockey shop, you come in and see me.
Yeah.
And then I'll be letting you know, no slap shots.
So I guess the other part of like the teammates who don't like each other is obviously now there's a talk. Do we trade Miller? Do we trade Petey? Are you trading Petey, Miller, or are you keeping them both?
I'm not trading either one of those guys. The Canucks have done this so many times over the years. They just quit on guys. Little things come up, and then they trade him away, and then the other player ends up being the best player on some other team. And Miller, yeah, he's in a bit of a slump, and he has gone through some things. If this is what's really been going on with Petey, which is nobody really knows what's going on, these are all just speculations. And I'm thinking that if those are two guys that can play at the level that we all know they can play at, suck it up and do what needs to be done. You're being paid a huge lot of money to do what you do. You would do it if I would do it. If they're give me $20, I'll go out there and play. You know what I mean? Actually, I got something to tell everybody. I'm going to be in the arena tomorrow night. Rogers Arena, hockey shop guys are going to be there. We've got the ice, and we're going to be playing tomorrow night. And I'm looking forward to it. I've never played in that arena, so I'm so stoked.
I'm very lucky. Stoked. Crystal was telling me that, and I actually got to play in Rogers Arena years ago. And I have 2 goals on the ice in Rogers Arena, so that feels pretty good.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it tomorrow night. It's going to be so much fun. Yeah, I like your sweater there, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I wonder what beautiful human got this for me.
Hey, Merry Christmas, buddy. Merry
Courtesy of
Christmas.
Lazer himself, he got me this wonderful ugly Canuck sweater. So
That sweater is a beauty. It looks good on you, buddy.
So I should ask then, we're kind of talking about the hockey shop a little bit. How is the hockey shop treating you nowadays? And what does a day-to-day look for you there?
Well, you know what? Every day that I'm at that hockey shop, it's not even like work for me. I'm like talking hockey, suiting guys up in full protective. You know, everything about hockey, that's all I do all day is talk hockey. So all I can do is smile. I enjoy it. I love it. People come into the store to see me and they watch all the videos. So, I mean, we've got tournament kids coming in from Australia, Japan, all through the States, and they come walking in the door, you know, like 10 or 12 kids, and they're all like milling around. And then they see me and they're like, that's the guy, Lazer. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I love that. I love that job. I couldn't have picked a better job for the last part of my working life. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit about these Canucks tonight. You've already said you were a little bit disappointed with their start, but have you been happy with like? Has there been a Canuck player that's really stood out for you through the first two periods?
Well, I mean, there's one guy who's always got his feet moving and always moving the puck around, and it's got to be Hughes. The guy, that's my favorite player. I told you that last time I talked with you. The guy can skate, the guy can move, he can dipsy, he can doodle, and the way he made that second goal moving backwards on the blue line, but going like skating, it was just unreal. And then he kept it all that one motion and just fired that thing. The goalie couldn't see a thing. It was a beautiful thing. That backhand top shelf was also sweet. So sweet. Oh my God. But I mean, you got guys like Garland and Hoglander. Those guys, Hoggy's in a real bad way right now. I mean, a puck could bounce off his ass and, oh, excuse me, and go in. But I'm telling you, man, that guy needs a goal so bad. You got guys that work like those two guys and a couple other guys that just give it every single night. Sherwood's another one of my favorite players. Those three guys, some of these other guys that are like the top superstars could look at the way those guys play and take something from that.
Yeah.
That's what I think anyway.
Is there anyone who's kind of been a disappointment for you through the first couple periods?
You know what? There's been a couple of guys. That Desjardins, he's taken way too many penalties. He took 3 penalties last game. Then right out of the gate tonight, he took another penalty. You know, and another thing that's been bothering me about the way the Canucks have been playing is they get the nice big leads, and like they go into the third period. I mean, that's a Tocchet thing. He's got to tell those guys to buckle it down. No passes through the middle. So a lot of that blame comes from the way that they're being coached. I know everybody's going to say that's not the way it is, but it is. It's true. When the coach gets into the room in the second period, going into the third, and you're up by 3-4 goals, no, you don't lose. You don't lose those games. You play smart. So that's upsetting to me. I get frustrated. I do.
I'm surprised Desharnais's in the lineup. Like, I honestly thought DPD was going to come in. Like, I thought that was what was going to happen. I thought he was going to replace maybe Desharnais, and then I thought Friedman would stay in the lineup, but I guess they didn't want that. But, like, I don't, what do they see in Desharnais? Like, he didn't play well for Edmonton last year. And
I have no clue. Friedman's another one that I shake my head at.
Yeah.
And then they made Hoglander a healthy scratch last game. I was like, I can understand it, but I mean, again, he brings so much to every time he steps on the ice. And who did they bring in? That other guy from the Abbotsford Canucks to take his spot or something? Yeah. I don't know.
Friedman
I was
and Breezewell.
Yeah, I was frustrated.
Major Tal put $1 in the swear jar for you, so you're all good.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah.
What do you want to see the Canucks do in the third period then to keep things rolling?
Well, you know what? Somebody's got to help out Hughes. Can't leave it to Hughes to do all by himself. I mean, the guy, I got something I'm going to tell you right now. I can see him scoring another one. I can see him getting the Hattie just because of the way that you can see it in his face, just the look on his eyes. He wants to do it. He wants to bring everybody else up. And Miller's been getting some chances tonight too. That deke he made, it hit the post. You saw that. Yeah. He made that nice deke. And how many times in a row has he done that in the past and scored? So yeah, that just shows you right there. When you got that snake bite, it's right on your I just about said it again. Right on your ass. And I'm going to say it that time because he has been a little bit, he's been in a bit of a doldrums too, but it's all this stuff that's whirling around and it's all conjecture. Nobody knows what's going on. But maybe tomorrow night I'll park in his spot.
Yeah. Just give it some good mojo while you're there.
Well, mojo while I'm there.
Are you gonna go to Rogers Arena and take a slap shot?
Of course.
just not in the practice shooting area, right?
That'll probably be the very first thing I do is just laser beam, top shelf.
So is there anything you think the Canucks need to clean up moving into the third period?
Well, you know what they can clean up? Seems like all the things they need to clean up is the stuff in the middle. They're always having too much stuff coming to the middle. You got to keep them to the outside a bit more. And their breakout passing, another thing that's really been bothering me too, is their power play. It's almost like it's just not there like it was last year. They're passing the puck around, but they're not getting the shots from the passes. So that's really bothersome. But again, it's always a surprise. Every period, every game, there's no consistency there. I mean, this is me seeing what I'm seeing. I don't know, probably what you see every time you watch these guys. It's frustrating.
Yeah, I think
it is frustrating.
If we get the plan done and we stream every single Canucks game, I think this will probably be the first time in like 30 years of watching the team that I've watched every single Vancouver Canucks game. So that would be pretty crazy.
Oh, for sure. And now that you are watching every game and you're talking about every game, you're getting feedback from your viewers, you can really, really focus on what the heck's going on here. And another thing with these guys all year long is they just haven't been consistent. Like last year, I don't know what it was, at an anomaly. They played so well. Every single one of their top guys played really well. This year, I just don't know. I'm not seeing it.
How have you felt about DP so far tonight? Because it's his first NHL game. Young guy doing really well. He's going to be playing the AHL All-Star game as long as he doesn't stay up with the Canucks. But have you been pretty happy with his game so far tonight?
I've been watching him since the beginning of the game, and I got to see, I'm seeing him play really well positionally. And I mean, he's a young defenseman. So those guys, they got to get seasoned, eh? They need to get seasoned. But I mean, the guy's got natural talent. I saw him go like deep and go into the corner that one time, that one play, and he kept the puck away from the guy. He made sure that, and then it popped out, but he went right to the guy and he made do for what the mistake he made. So he looks good. We got somebody good in that kid, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I see him as a good player.
It's always fun because, I mean, you probably were watching the Canucks when they had 2 Greg Adams, right?
Yeah, I know. I saw that during the game when they said 2 Greg Adams. That was funny.
But you think back to the Jim Robson call, right? And it's Greg Adams. And it wasn't because he was just saying his name over it. He was actually just calling both of their names, right?
Yeah, both guys playing at the same time. That's crazy.
That's pretty funny, eh?
Yeah, but you know who I've been watching too?
Who?
The grade 8.
Yeah.
That guy is insane. Do you see that shot right from the top of the circle there? Just the face-off comes right to him, and he just shoots it so friggin' so fast it comes off his stick.
He's done that twice tonight.
Like 20 goals or something, isn't it? Before he's going to beat Gretzky.
Somehow I just feel like that's going to happen against the Canucks.
Gretzky's my favorite player of all time.
Yeah,
he always has been. But you know what? Even Gretzky's going to be happy to see him beat his scoring record. He's even said it publicly because he just wants to see everybody do better, make the NHL better, bring more fans to the game. So I'm looking forward to that. And I also heard that Gretzky's going to be at the whatever rink it is when he's close, like 1 or 2. Gretzky's going to follow him. He's going to be at the game. Yeah, isn't that awesome?
Well, I think the crazy thing because we've been talking a lot about Ovechkin beating Gretzky's goal record, but the thing I always remind people is that if you removed all of Gretzky's goals, he would still have more points than anyone else in the entire NHL's history, and that is wild, isn't it?
Well, that is because of his assists. The guy was not only a prolific goal scorer, but his assists were insane. And then he had like Yari Curry, they used to call him back in the day Frick and Frack.
Yeah.
The way they used to move the puck around and score at will. With Glenn Anderson as well. He was also in with them. And that back in those days, I mean, they say it was easier to score because, well, look at what the goalies were wearing too. But I don't know. You try scoring at the NHL level, it's hard.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if I was there, it wouldn't be as bad. You know, I'd
Yeah.
get a couple.
You'd be ripping them top corner, left, right, and center.
Got it.
Lazer, I appreciate
All
you
right.
joining the show today. First time live. Did you have some fun today?
Oh, I had a great time. I'm very happy to be here, and I'll be here for you whenever you need me. Just give me a call. And everybody that's out there watching and want to come into the hockey shop in Langley, come in and see me. Let me know you saw me on the show.
Awesome. Enjoy the third period, Lazer. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, Rusty, take her easy. No slap shots, guys.
Nothing is perfect.